Today in Washington, Congressman Patrick Murphy held a press conference to call for the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Congressman Murphy is a Blue Dog Democrat, a freshman in Congress, and an Iraq War veteran who was with the 82nd Airborne. He's taken the lead in the House in the fight to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell. On the Senate side, one of the most interesting things about the effort to repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell there is that it pits Joe Lieberman, who's always been against the ban, against John McCain, who is both Joe Lieberman's best friend forever and the Senate's leading proponent of keeping the ban in place. Senator McCain is having a hard time of late in his advocacy to keep the ban. Famously, he credited Colin Powell's opinion on Don't Ask, Don't Tell as his main influence in supporting the ban. When General Powell changed his mind recently to oppose the ban instead, that left John McCain in a bit of a pickle. But John McCain has recently picked up another justification for supporting Don't Ask, Don't Tell. It's a letter that he says he finds very convincing, a letter from retired military officers.
This is a letter signed by over 1,000 former general and flag officers who have weighed in on this issue. I think that we all in Congress should pay attention and benefit from the experience and knowledge of over 1,000 former general officers and flag officers, and where they say, we firmly believe that this law which Congress passed to protect good order, discipline, and morale in the unique environment of the armed forces deserves continued support.
John McCain has cited this letter over and over and over again. With Colin Powell saying that he wants Don't Ask, Don't Tell overturned now, this letter has gained sort of the anchor position among people who want to keep Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Well, today the advocacy group Service Members United, which wants to get rid of the ban, issued a report on what that letter really is. It seems that the people who want to keep Don't Ask, Don't Tell may once again be out of luck in terms of their reliance on this thing to make their case. For example, it turns out that a number of the people who have signed the letter are dead, which is awkward. The people who coordinated the letter have explained that some of those signers signed the letter before they died. But there is an exception. In one case, a general who is now dead had his name signed to the letter before he was dead, but not by him. It was by his wife. She signed the general's name to the letter saying Don't Ask, Don't Tell should be kept. The general himself, before his death, had not been able to communicate for 6 years or so due to Alzheimer's. Another general told Service Members United that he, quote, never agreed to have his name put on the letter, but it ended up there anyway. Another said he doesn't remember even being asked about the issue, let alone whether his name could be used. Another retired flag officer, whose name is on the letter, is demanding that the group that put his name on it take it off. In total, the average age of the signatories to the Don't Repeal, Don't Ask, Don't Tell letter is 74. The oldest signer is 98 years old. As Service Members United notes, only a small fraction of these officers have even served in the military during the Don't Ask, Don't Tell period, much less in the 21st century military, which does make it awkward for them to be taken as the authority on what the 19-year-olds of today's military think about the gay. Turns out there is more to this very problematic side of the argument for keeping Don't Ask, Don't Tell. We've got a little scoop on the issue coming up on tomorrow's show at this time. You will not want to miss that. Meanwhile, we'll be right back.